Hello guys, John PI here, and today I wanted to do another second video about Monero. Currently right now I am holding a long position in Monero. Let's go to this other tab here. So here I've got XMR BTC, and I've got a 737 XMR Monero coins that I've purchased. So I'm holding approximately a little over 11 Bitcoins worth of XMR. We go to, for example, the 1 week chart, or let's go to 2 week chart. I mean, over the past 2 weeks, this has been climbing, gradually going up. I'm expecting very shortly, probably within, maybe I'm hoping within the next day or two, that XMR is going to start to moon a little bit. I think it's probably going to go up to maybe $20, $22. Right now it's sitting at $17.11. And, you know, I bought in somewhere around about $15, $16 or so, something like that. It's gone up and it's gone down several times. I didn't panic too much. I do have a stop limit placed. So here you can see I do have a stop limit placed. So if it drops too low, I will get out. I will sell all of my Monero. So I am trying to basically, I guess, protect myself in some ways. But I mean, this is a risky trade here. I mean, it is a bit risky. However, you know, I'm really only, the way I'm looking at this is, you know, I started off with my principal investment into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been appreciating in value, and you know, I've been earning profits off of that. So what I did is I figured, okay, well, I'll take the profits that I made from Bitcoin, and then I'll double it with some of my own money, and that's how I came up with 11,000. So about 5 Bitcoins, or that's how I came up with 11 Bitcoins. So about 5 Bitcoins was the profits that I've made from Bitcoin, and then the other 5 or 6 Bitcoins was money, cash that I have outlaid and put on top extra into Monero. Now, the way I'm kind of looking at this is, okay, I'm thinking, all right, well, I know that Monero's a bit volatile. I know it's risky, and I've got my stop limit placed. I figure, you know, if it drops down too low, my stop limit is placed, and the most I should lose, if it goes down, if it starts to really drop, the most I should probably lose is maybe $1,500, I'm thinking. So I guess my goal is here so that I never really lose my principal investment. If I'm going to lose anything, I want to lose from the money that I've already earned, or the money that I've already made. Okay, I don't want to go and leverage myself too much, but I definitely think that this is, you know, a good risk to take here with Monero. Now, this is just me. It's far more risky than Bitcoin. Okay, not extremely. Now, I mean, if I was to compare Monero to some of these other ones down here, like, say, for example, let's remove this. You know, if I was to go and compare to, you know, one of these other coins like Litecoin, I've never even heard of this coin. It's up 10% though today. I mean, not bad, but tomorrow it may be down 20%. So who knows? At any rate, there are some things that I'm trying to be cautious about. I'm really watching Monero pretty much all day long. I'm watching this thing, and one of the things I'm really concerned about is I know that there's a hard fork coming up on Monero. It's either, I'm getting conflicting information. It's either January 5th, which would be tomorrow, or it's January 9th or 10th. So I have really no idea, but all I know is that over the next week, I am going to really be watching this Monero really hard. And I'm hoping that Monero goes up to about maybe $22 or so. So right now it's at $17.11, and it's been bouncing around. There's a couple of times where it got down pretty low, and I was thinking, shit, should I sell? Should I sell? Should I sell? But I've come to notice that the best course of action for me, it seems, is to get in low and then buy and hold. Um, every time I panic and I sell, I end up regretting it. So I do still place my stop limits, but I place my stop limits a little bit lower than what I think it can really drop to. Um, so I leave a bit of a cushion there. I mean, I have to risk something. I know that if I put my stop limits too close to what the current price is, then what will happen is as soon as it starts to drop just a little bit, it's going to sell all of my coins, and then just if a few hours later it goes right back up again, and then it keeps on climbing and climbing, and then I keep on finding myself in those situations where I set my stop limit too close to the current price, and it ends up screwing me over in the long run, because the price drops and then the stop limit kicks in and it goes ahead and it starts selling all of your coins, and then just a few hours later it starts coming back up, and then I end up missing the boat because the stop limit has already done sold all of my coins. And so I've been starting to leave myself with a little bit more cushion for the stop limit. So say for example, if Monero is at let me see, let's go back to USDT. So right now, if Monero's at $17.17, I would put my stop limit now at around about maybe $16, and then so the stop would be listed at around about $16, and then the limit would be roughly about 15.75 or so. Um, Now I trade on the XMR BTC match, not the XMR USDT match. Um, but the point is still the same. So I mean, so here for example, you see I have this price here in Bitcoin, and then slightly below that is where it would start to sell. So if it dropped to this price, I would get 10.9 Bitcoins back. So it means I lost, say, 0.6 Bitcoin. So right now, that's kind of where I've got my stop limit placed. So I kind of look at this like, okay, I'm really risking maybe $1,500. I should be able to get out. If the price drops too low, I should be able to get out of XMR before I lose more than $1,500. Now, the way I'm looking at this is that it's got big upside potential. I really think that this is going to continue to go up to $22 or so. So I'm thinking, all right, well, it's got some really good upside potential, and if I can minimize my risk and only possibly lose maybe $1,500, but the upside potential is that I could earn, I don't know, $5,000-$6,000 in profits, possibly, if it goes up 35-40% in a single day like it has on some of these other days. So that's kind of my take on this. Now, there is some other things that I am concerned with, which I'll go ahead and I'll show you. Let me just get it up here on the screen. I've come over here to Reddit, XMR Trader, and I see this post here. It says, current Monero climb looks awfully close to the nosedive it took following the Oasis exit scam in early September. Is Alpha Bay the next pump and dump the coin? I don't know, they spelled it all wrong, or they got some improper grammar. But anyhow, okay, so look at the XMR chart from the beginning of August to present day, link below. Starting in August, notice that the start of this three-step climb, it began after news from Darknet Marketplace Oasis circulated, stating that Oasis would be soon accepting XMR in addition to BTC. This caused a lot of attention for XMR and drove prices through the roof. One would assume that Oasis insiders, knowing that the release of the news will inflate the price of XMR, would buy lots of it for dirt cheap, long before the release of the news to the public. After the three steps, Oasis sold their XMR and closed their site in an exit scam. Now back to the chart. After examining the three-step pump dump in August, let's move to the most recent 2 weeks. Notice the two steps. Look familiar? It's nearly identical to the three-step pump and dump that happened in August. Recently, there's been talk that Alpha Bay, who also adopted the coin for their market, will be releasing news shortly regarding XMR. Is this AB's final attempt to drive that third step as high as possible before they dump and shut down their site? Are we being fooled again for the exact same type of exit scam? Who's to say Oasis admins and Alpha Bay admins are not one and the same? By looking at the 6-month chart, we can't help but wonder. Here's the XMR USD chart with arrows comparing August dump and today's pump. Okay, so let's take a look at what he's talking about here. So he's saying back in August we had 3 steps that came up, and then he's saying now here in December and January right now we've had 2 pumps so far, and it looks like by looking at the chart, if we go to USD, so let's go here. You can see, you look at the 1-month chart, and we can see pump 1, pump 2, and now it's going on up, and it's looked like it's going to start pumping again. This does kind of concern me a little bit, so I'm going to be really watching it, just to make sure that, you know, I'm not getting involved in an exit scam here, but I'm going to continue to watch, and I've got my stop limits placed here. I'm also concerned with the hard fork. It's something, you know, they're going to be implementing Ring TC, or Ring CT, which is basically it's a new update to Monero, which will basically make the transactions more private. You won't be able to know how much was sent through Monero on each of these transactions with Ring CT. So I don't know, it's something that the Monero community has been really wanting. They seem like they're really excited for this Ring CT update, and I'm expecting that if everything all goes according to plan and they do this hard fork without a hitch and there's no issues, then I'm expecting that the price will probably start to go up pretty high. It may go up to $22 or so, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see. But if you are holding some Monero, just be really careful and don't leverage yourself too much. This is a risky trade, but it does have some good upside potential. So keep that in mind. Don't trade with more than you can afford to lose on Monero. Now Bitcoin's a different story. Bitcoin, it seems like, is pretty stable right now, and I think that pretty much any money that you put into Bitcoin is pretty low risk. Yeah, there's still some risk there, but it's pretty low risk. Even even with the trade that I'm making here on Monero, I'm expecting my risk is really $1,500, maybe $2,000 tops. I might lose. Okay, I might lose maybe $2,000 tops on this Monero trade. I really think it's probably be less than $1,500, but it's got pretty good high upside potential. So now Bitcoin, on the other hand, if you went and started making some large buys on Bitcoin, your risk is really pretty small at this point. I mean, the market is pretty solid and stable. It's really bullish. I don't see anybody really selling their Bitcoins, and that's why the price just keeps on climbing. Everybody's just buying and holding on their Bitcoins. Um, and even if a bunch of people did start to sell on Bitcoin, it's not going to have a major effect on the price of Bitcoin unless large amounts of people do it in mass quantities. So, anyways, that's my take on Monero and Bitcoin right now at this moment. If you haven't gone out and bought some Monero, I suggest that you do go out and buy some Monero, but keep in mind this is a risky trade. So don't put in more than you can afford to lose, and don't over leverage yourself on this trade with Monero. But that's all. I mean, if you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you share it with all your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest. All right, that's it. Have a good evening.